I wish that we could just go ridiculous on these stupid authoritarian cultists. But I honestly don't think that these people could turn into a more ridiculous form than they already exist in. I am legitimately a little concerned about streaming Hogwarts Legacy. Because you know, people are just going to go down here and mass flag every single one of these videos that is streaming the game right now. And I have had my channel since 2009. It has been a consistent part of my history for many, many years now. It's like a part of me. And I really, really do not want to lose this channel. Because I happen to stream a video game. It's like these people... Oh, that's from my stream. That's from my Dragon Age stream. These people act as if this game is basically a trans person lynch simulator. I mean, look, I know like I'm dressed like a like one of these old American, you know, witch hunter people right now, but but no, like this is ridiculous. This is serious. They have come up with a device that is tracking, basically can check to see who is streaming this fucking game. So people can just search their name. Where is it? People can just search their the stream name and find out if they've streamed the game, so they can share that information and mass harass them. I've done that again. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's insane. I have seen more legitimate hate against the LGBT over the past few years than I have seen my entire life. And this is the reason. This is the reason. Because people are fucking sick of this bullshit. I don't like JK either. Legitimately, I do not like her. She is a man-hating feminist. I do not like her. The reason why she has that opinion of trans women specifically is because she hates men and views them all as predators. And that's at the kind of the base of these bathroom debates and all this kind of thing. Trans men never enter it. It's always trans women because people view men as inherently evil bastards. That's all it comes down to. And it's maddening. It's absolutely fucking maddening. Like, again, do I look like a far-right piece of shit? Alright? This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Hogwarts Legacy, as far as we can tell, is a game made by and for Wizarding World fans. Because the Harry Potter universe is fucking magical. Pun intended. It is one of the most brilliant, fucking awe-inspiring, mind just swelling with excitement worlds that has ever been created. I love it. And I've wanted a game like this to come out for a long, long, long time. A lot of people have. Getting to play as my own character, using my own wand and house from Pottermore, exploring Hogwarts, but not just Hogwarts, the surrounding area, exploring the Wizarding World, not as Harry, not as Ron, not as Hermione, not as Dumbledore or Voldemort, but as my own fucking student. Interacting with magical beasts, planting magical plants, fucking casting even the dark arts. This shit is awesome! I wanted this shit for so long. I am unbelievably excited. And at no fucking point, at any point in this entire thing, does trans people even enter. In fact, you can play as a trans person in this game. The wizard witch pronouns, you can use whatever one you want. That's awesome. Hell, I'll probably do it in one of my playthroughs. I want to play as a male character being called a witch or a female character being called a wizard. I want to do that. That's pretty neat. In fact, personally, I like the term witch more than I do wizard. Witch to me brings forth terms like feelings of connected with nature, are more interesting. Wizard is just a big bearded guy looking at books for all eternity. Witch is far more interesting. It has far more interesting connotations than wizard. I'd rather be called a witch. But this whole thing is ridiculous. I get it. I get it. You don't want to fund something that funds J.K. Rowling. Fine. Boycott it. But don't start harassing people. Don't stop hating on people. Don't assume that everyone who's buying this game is because they hate trans people. I'm not even going to say your group, because let's be honest, the majority of people freaking getting authoritarian and aggressive and fucking frightening over this, they're not trans people. They're people speaking on behalf of trans people. Let's be fucking honest here, because that's what most of this shit ends up being boiled down to. Opportunists looking for a little bit of power and control. That's what this shit always boils down to, regardless of what it is. I'm legitimately frightened of losing my channel. I'm considering going on the video, editing this video, and removing the Hogwarts Legacy tag from it. I'm legitimately considering doing that, just so I remove somewhat of the risk. I also prevent more people from showing up, going through the tag and looking for things to support. But I literally only have like 2 of my friends and 1 other person that watches my streams. I do this for fun. I'm not trying to be big. I quite frankly don't want to be big, because the bigger you are, the more problems you have. The more idiots you have to deal with. This is a hobby for me and has been for many years. I'm one of the last YouTubers that are on here not to make money but just to have fun. We still exist and have existed for many years. But I don't want my channel taken down. And I can see these spiteful, hateful pieces of shit doing just that. Because they are on a crusade. And quite frankly, if you know the history of the Crusades, that's probably one of the best words for it. Because these are the same people that will be joining that kind of thing. They are moral authoritarians that will beat their viewpoint into you until you submit. They will remove your rights until you have no options. That's the kind of people these are. And all they are doing is sending people into the arms of their enemy. These people are creating hate. They're creating it. That's what they're doing. I have no hate for the LGBT. No hate whatsoever. There's the fucking rainbow one over there. Do you really think I'd have that? I keep meaning to fix that. Do you really think I'd have that shit in my room? My comfort zone? Where I showcase all the things that I enjoy and love and have enjoyed and have had passions for. Do you really think I'd have something there? No one can even see that. It's not even in screen. Do you really think I have that up there just a fucking virtue signal? I've heard about the LGBT for many fucking years. It's one of the communities that gets me the most passionate, that gets me the most fucking riled up. I'm not a part of it, unless you count that. I'm not a part of it. But I care about it. And I've met many good people that fall underneath it. Many talented people that fall underneath it. And these people don't fucking care about this game. Because they're not authoritarian dickheads. And here's the thing. If I didn't give money to anything that would benefit somebody that I would consider evil, I'd die from starvation and exposure. Okay, I have to pay bills, I have to pay taxes and things like that. Fine, you don't have to buy this game. I agree. Look into every single thing you spend money on for leisure and entertainment. Oh wait. The music, the art, the video games, the books, the movies, everything. The shows you go and see, the places you dine out, where they get their supplies. Look into all of it. I'm willing to bet that you'll have nothing left. Because you'll find a connection somewhere. Some writer out there has said something you don't like. A little bit problematic. That makes them pure evil and need to be lynched. Some fucking actor has said something 20 fucking years ago that's a bit problematic now. They can't be working anymore. Some person gets food from a chain, connected to a chain, that does something a little bit shady. Well, you can't interact with any of that anymore. You're left with nothing. You're left with nothing. You take this moral purity bullshit and you spread it evenly, nobody is left with anything, because somewhere among that chain there is a kink. There is a broken, rusted, crooked chain somewhere. And if you find it and you pull this moral purity bullshit, then everything falls down and we're left with nothing. This game has nothing to do with trans hate. It has nothing to do with hate itself. It is a Harry Potter fucking Wizarding World love letter. That's what it is. This is a series, a franchise that has touched the lives of children from my generation. I was 11 years old when the first movie came out. I have grown up with these characters, as have many, many more people. A lot of people started writing because of these books. A lot of people got into fantasy because of these books. A lot of people got into LARPing just like Star Wars, just like Star Trek, just like Dungeons and Dragons, just like Pokemon, just like all of these other huge things that we fell in love with as children and have continued to love for the rest of our fucking lives. That have inspired people to create more and more amazing things, that have been a point of warmth and enjoyment throughout their entire lives. She may have been the creator, but how many people laughed at her when she started adding extra bullshit once the game came out? Sorry, once the books came out and the movies came out and she started adding extra bullshit. How many people laughed at George Lucas when he started making random fucking changes to his creation all the fucking time? How many people laughed? We all did. Except the biggest sycophants. The same people who are now hating her because she said the wrong fucking thing. I don't like her. She's a fucking feminist. She hates men. Why would I like her? But her art has long since surpassed her now. It has long since surpassed her. It is a cultural phenomenon. It is not her anymore. It is a major thing in this country. You go to any spot where they sell nerd memorabilia, all throughout the fucking country, you're gonna find Harry Potter shit because it's a major fucking thing. People come to this country have come to this country because of Harry Potter. It's nice knowing something like this has come from our country. It's something to be proud to be from this country for. Who the fuck cares if the person that wrote it wasn't exactly a good person? Lovecraft was a racist piece of shit even for his own time. His creations have inspired so much, including, I don't know ever for a fact, but Junji Ito is very, very fucking Lovecraft, and he's one of the best manga artists fucking out there. John Carpenter's The Thing, heavily inspired by Lovecraft. My favourite movie of all time. Doesn't fucking matter that Lovecraft was a racist piece of shit, even for his time. Doesn't fucking matter. His art has surpassed him. In fact, the version of Lovecraft's work we know now, the Cthulhu mythos, didn't even exist with him. It was put together by another dude. Art eventually surpasses its creator, and it has with this. And if you don't want to fund it, then that's your choice. But the moment you start to attack other people and harass other people or threaten their livelihood or their freedoms because they're playing a fucking video game, you've lost your goddamn mind. You're no different from the goddamn Bible-born book burners. The people screaming that video games cause violence. That video game is going to stray people away from God. The same people who attacked Pokemon and all this kind of shit. These moral purity, authoritarian bigots that have existed through history that has attacked every single thing that takes attention away from them. That doesn't fall perfectly in line with their moral purity bullshit. You're exactly like them. You're not good people. You're monsters yourselves. And often, monsters throughout history have thought themselves to be the heroes. Pretty much, like almost every time. They think they're the good people. It's happened so often. And you're just repeating that. You're not good people. The same thing goes to the people who are jumping up and down and jeering J.K. Rowling because, yeah, fuck trans people, woo, fuck these people. Like, dead-naming them and refusing to acknowledge their gender identity on a regular basis. Fuck you people as well. And fuck this constant black and white tribal bullshit. Fuck the whole fucking thing. It's a video game about fucking magical school. Where people cast magic and shit. Magic, you ride around on magical beasts. The only politics that are in this game should be whether or not the goblins are actually bad people. Whether or not using one of the terrible or forbidden curses or whatever the fuck it's called is justifiable. Do you take the Ravenclaw approach? I mean, knowledge for knowledge's sake, I don't have to use it. Do you take the Gryffindor approach? Well, it's evil magic, and I should never learn evil magic. You know, do you take the Slytherin approach? Power is power. Fuck you. You know, that is the politics. That is the social issues I want to be discussing in this game. When it comes down to my stream, we're not talking politics. I'll mention this rule at the start. We're not talking politics, right? We're not talking politics. We're not talking social issues. This game has absolutely nothing to do within itself to do with J.K. Rowling or any of these other social issues in the real life. The only politics and social issues I want to be talking about is in-world politics and social issues. The goblins, the dark arts, the house elves and things like that. Spew, baby. Like... That's the only politics I want to be talking about and having fun with. Not getting into massive arguments, but discussing and having fun with the social and philosophical intricacies of fucking, I can't speak. Intrinsic, oh fucking hell, I can't say that word anymore. It's, you know what I'm saying. That is the only politics, that are the only social issues I want to talk about that have any place in the stream. I stream on the 8th. The game comes out in about an hour, I believe. That's why I'm up. I'm going to install it overnight. Get it set up before the stream on Wednesday. It's going to be very hard to not play it until I can blind stream it. It's going to be very difficult. But yeah, we're not going to be talking about any of that in the stream because it has nothing to do with it. Alright? It has absolutely nothing to do with it. I am not putting up with moral Puritans. And I'm not putting up with hateful people on either side of the argument. You want to come in here and scream you hate trans people or that you yourself hate trans people? Fuck off, you're not welcome. It really is that simple. Now, there's going to be plenty of other people streaming this. It's a big game. It's one of my most anticipated games of the year. I'm sure there's someone out there who's willing to talk about this thing. I'm sure there's people out there that are streaming this just to talk about that thing. Go to them. Alright? I'm not putting up with it. It's not happening. Either side of the argument. We're not doing it. I'll put you down to the description once. And if you keep doing it, you're gone. It's that simple. So I am still going to stream it. Because I'm a stubborn fuck. It's the right thing to do. Because I'm not hiding something that's innocent. Just like I'm not about to be ashamed of talking to a gay person or a trans person or treating it with human respect. I'm not going to be ashamed of playing a fucking video game. Alright? Right. So we're going to be streaming it. We're going to get involved in the world. We're going to have fun. We're going to go to class and cast spells. And I'm going to be dressed up as a Hufflepuff. And I'm going to have a blast. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to be joking in the chat. And that's all we're going to do. No politics. No social issues except the in-game ones. Okay? Okay. The fact that this has got to this point is fucking ridiculous and terrifying. I fully expect to see channels go down. And that will determine whether or not I am going to have the Hogwarts tag on my video. That will determine that. Because again, I'm streaming it for fun, and this thing down here is there purely for exposure so more people see it. well, I'm never going to be a big channel, and I don't want to be a big channel, so this serves me no benefit if it's putting my channel at risk. I've had this channel since 2009. It is part of my history, and I care a great deal about it. I'm not losing it. I hope I don't lose it. Because I'm going to be honest, I'll burst down to tears. I will cry, man. This is a part of me at this point. This has been my outlet for years. And the reason why I'm moving away from these politics and social issues, because at this point I am fucking done. I want no part of it, and I only want the best of me being shown. I'm so fucking sick of it. A lot of people are fucking sick of it. And all it's doing is turning good people away from the rainbow. That's all it's doing. Because people are fucking sick of it. You're doing more harm to these groups that you claim to care about. But I honestly don't think the majority of these people do actually care about it. They just get off on the power of telling people what to do. They're no different from the other groups in history that have done the exact same fucking thing. But anyway, I'm going to get to something that's actually fun to fucking record now, whilst I wait for Hogwarts Legacy to come out so I can start streaming it. This is a wand that I carved from a stick. It looks like shit, but it does the job, and it's going to be a bit of a fun prop. It looks like a doll's walking stick. See you guys in stream. I'm very excited. It's going to be a good one.